to the Loading Up Podcast. Game on.
Welcome back to the Loading Up Podcast. I am your host, Producer Jay, along with both of my co-hosts, Brother Tay, and my other co-host, Brother Zay. How are you guys doing?
Yo, we're good.
Jesus Christ.
It's been a while. We took a little brief hiatus, scheduling stuff, life, all that stuff. It happened. But we're back and we're ready to go. But before we get into all the stuff that we got going on this week, I just want to remind you that if you're watching us on YouTube, you can like, comment, and subscribe. That will definitely help us out. If you're listening to us on a podcasting app, you can share us and rate us with all your friends and family, so that way they can get a listen and we can spread the love, as we say. Also, if you look in the description, you can see our sponsors, which is still W Energy and NordVPN. You can save some money off of subscription and products. And yeah, and if you help them out, they'll help us out. And we'll thank them and we'll thank you. Without further ado, Brother Zay, what have you been playing?
A lot. I've been playing a lot. So, you said we had a brief hiatus. I was not well enough to work, so I was home and I was playing games. Okay, that's what I was playing. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see me play some Miles Morales. I picked it up on sale on Steam, so I got to enjoy some of that. I'm still going through it, even though I played it and beat it on my PlayStation. I just wanted to play some more, see what maybe mods I can download for it, just to have fun with it.
Yeah, I forgot that like people go crazy with the mods on PC.
Yeah, I know, it's a lot of fun. But that's not the only thing I've been playing. A ton came out on Gamepass. I've been trying out like Replaced, Hades 2, Vampire Crawlers, Kiln, as well as Crimson Desert. I have close to 140 hours put into Crimson Desert, and I'm only in chapter 9. I can't stop playing that game, man. It's a lot of fun. And the devs are updating it. It seems every week it's getting more and more updates. They're doing a fantastic job. I can't put the game down. Like, the only reason why I stopped playing was like I get into a little bit of the other games that I mentioned, like Hades 2 and Replaced and Kiln, because if not, I'm just gonna be playing Crimson Desert the whole time.
Yeah, I have not like seen a game talked about by, because usually like when games come out, like we'll hear it within the gaming space, but like this is the first time where it's escaped this gaming. I've heard so many people outside in real life talking about this game, and it throws me back because I'm just like, damn, I really want to get into it, but I can't right now. I can't. I got too much to play.
Don't do it.
No, because I keep hearing about how people get lost in it. I even saw like a video of somebody, he stood in front of a statue and just watched it be built in real time. And I was like, geez, that's a level of detail I have not seen in games. And I don't ever. No,
I would say ever.
maybe like Red Dead and GTA have that level of detail, but
really,
it's been a long time.
Well, Red Dead Redemption 2 definitely had that level of detail.
Yeah, too.
Yeah, no, but the game is absolutely massive, and you can absolutely get lost because I put a marker down to go do a quest, and next thing you know, I'm nowhere near the marker. I'm doing something completely different, and it's been 2.5 hours. I'm like, what was I doing? I was supposed to go this way. It's absolutely massive. It's completely interactive. You can talk to anybody and just pick up a quest randomly. Next thing you know, you're on that quest, and you're halfway across the freaking world, talking to a giant snake. And you're like, what the fuck? It's a lot of. It's not difficult, but it is fun and it is challenging enough. It's not as difficult as like Elden Ring, so like it's not that big of a deal. So it's just a lot of fun, man.
I'll get it eventually. Maybe when it's on sale. Brother Tay, what have you been?
Hello. First, I'm back on my grind for nonsense. As you all know, I am a TFT addict. It's my stem.
Oh yeah, that's your.
I can't help but control it. Streaming wise, me and my bro just completed the SpongeBob game.
Oh
That was
yeah.
the new one, the cosmic one.
Yeah, the cosmic one.
Nice.
It was really funny watching Squidward cursors out in Spanish.
Wait, real?
Huh?
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that go on in that game.
Squidward cursing you out in Spanish.
Yeah. It's great. It's a fantastic time.
I can imagine.
You have to play the game because I don't want to spoil some stuff for you.
Yeah.
But like, there is a part of the game when you're doing a Squidward's thing, and it does end up in him only speaking Spanish for the rest of the game.
That's crazy.
That's funny. I can't imagine like that voice with
But
Spanish language. Yeah.
I was dying personally. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. So I've been playing a lot. I've been kind of just trying to like dabble in different stuff. Been playing a lot of Fortnite because I don't know if you guys seen it. I'm sure you have. They freaking put Buzz Lightyear in the game, so I had to buy that. And then they also the new season came out with Bugs Bunny, so I'm trying to grind to that. I still haven't got there yet because I don't play as often, but I'm close. But yeah, I've been playing that. Obviously, still playing the WWE game. That's like my fix. Like I just jump into that, grind a bunch of stuff, and because the way they changed the DLC and how it's earned, where like before you used to just buy it and then you just have it, but now you gotta like grind. Like it's like a battle pass essentially.
Yeah.
And while you get the characters to play in like different modes right away, in order to get them in other modes, you have to grind for it. And while it can be annoying, it's very easy to grind. It's like not even like if you do like one match, you'll get like one I guess tier or whatever. So it's like it's really not that big a deal. Some people complain about it, but it is what it is. But yeah, so I've been playing that. Like you, I have also been playing some of the new releases. I've played Replaced. I'm still playing that. It's really,
Nice.
really good. Like
Yeah.
it's the story is actually really interesting. Like I wasn't expecting it to be because I was more captivated by like the style and the art and stuff like that. So I was actually surprised that the story's actually really good too. Um but yeah, so I've been playing that. I also been playing another game that came out, I think, like right around the same time, actually. Um, it's not on Game Pass. It's a Mouse PI for Hire.
You got that too?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Damn it! I wanted to
Yes.
buy it.
Yes, it's really, really good.
Yes, it is.
That's another game that hooked me in with the style and the art, and I fell in love with it. But the game is actually really fun too, and the voice acting is actually really good too. They actually got a really good like cast to play like the voices, and you can actually change the audio type to make it sound like an old time cartoon, like how the audio sounded back then. It's really cool. I haven't played that much of it, but
they got Troy Baker to do it. Of course, it's going to be a stellar voice acting.
well, yeah, that's all you need to know.
And my boy Alejandro, damn. What will say you do next?
But yeah, so I've been playing that, and that's really fun. I play a little bit of Kiln the other day, actually yesterday, and that has the potential to be something like kind of like a sleeper hit for Xbox. I like the style of gameplay that it is.
It's essentially a MOBA.
Yeah, it's a MOBA, and I think a lot of people are sleeping on that. So hopefully, it can kind of pick up steam, I guess. But
You know what it is that they didn't market this game pretty much at all.
They didn't.
So like it's coming out now, people are talking about it, but if they would have marketed it, maybe it would have done a little bit better at launch.
Maybe. But it's still pretty cool. And Yeah, that's the main things I've been playing.
You definitely have. So I forgot to mention that I did also pick up Mouse PI for Hire, and I did beat it. You
Oh,
gotta
you
beat
beat
it.
it already?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Damn, I've
When
been
I
putting
was
so much emphasis on
He's like, I
replays.
ain't.
Like,
He's like, I'm not you. How dare you?
it's like,
I
yeah, what do you
literally
expect?
I literally stopped playing Crimson Desert to purchase it, to play it, and I was like, I'm not stopping until I beat it. And then I beat it because I know it wasn't gonna be that long. And I beat it, and I was like, damn it, I want more. It's definitely a really good game.
Oh my god, I want it so I haven't got a chance to buy it. I want it. I've been watching trailers for that thing for like years.
Yeah, I remember when they announced it. It was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, and the best thing about it is that it's only $30. So
Yeah,
it's like, why not? You know?
yeah, absolutely. That's why I was like, let's buy it right now. Let's play it.
And
Yeah.
it's play anywhere, so you can play on PC and Xbox.
Yep.
That was the main selling point for me. Once they announced that it was gonna have support, I was just like, oh yeah, I'm getting it.
Mhm. Right. Should we move to the news?
Yes, let's do it.
Yes, got a bit to
Definitely must.
discuss.
Definitely must.
Yes, we'll start with the Steam controller was leaked in a review. So they had a review that they posted a video of the Steam controller, and you can still watch it because they deleted it, but they Reddit users saved the video and re-uploaded it, so you could watch the whole review of the new Steam controller. The biggest news about this was the price tag, because the price tag was leaked in the video, and boy, is it probably the most expensive basic controller. And it comes in at $99, which is insane. If you think about the other controllers for Xbox, a basic Xbox controller is $64.99. For the PS5, it's $74.99. The Switch Pro controller is $89.99. So the new Steam machine, their controller was leaked. The price is $99, the most expensive of all of them. And I don't know, man. This controller, I said it in the chat before, I'll say here. The controller doesn't look good. I don't like it. And then the
No.
$99 price tag is it's even more off-putting.
Yeah, I mean, when they first announced this, I knew that it was gonna be like very controversial, or what's a polarizing. Some people think that it's gonna be great, and other people are just like, "Ugh," like me, like you. um, I don't know. I feel like I know it's practical because of how the Steam, like, it's basically mimicking the Steam Deck, where it has the little pads on the bottom and then the controller joysticks on the top. So I know that's what they were mimicking, and that's the best way to go about um supporting titles that don't have native controller support, because that's the reason why it's there. And it's also, I mean, for navigation purposes and whatever, but that's why the trackpads are there. And I guess for some that's enough, but I feel like, and maybe it's just me, I know a lot of people have an issue with um using a controller to navigate a desktop, because the ROG Ally or an Xbox Ally, any one of them, like, that's how you did it. Like, you use the sticks in order to move around the screen and stuff like that. Obviously, it's not as precise as a joystick or as a mouse, but I feel like it serves the purpose. Like, you're not the whole point of having a controller is so that way you can use it. And whenever a game that doesn't support native controller inputs, um, they have ways where you can still use the joysticks to control it. It's not one to one, but it works well enough for most titles. And I don't know, maybe it's just them wanting to be more like, they want to support everything that Steam can offer. So if like a game has 0 controller support, then obviously you'd be out of luck. But then why would you want to play that on a handheld to begin with? But then this is not a handheld. This is this is a full console, or I guess you could call it a console. I don't know, but it's a full device that's gonna run Linux, and you can run like regular PC games on. And I think the best thing they could do is just say use a mouse and keyboard. Like if you really want that precise control, just use a mouse and keyboard. I'm hoping that this is not the only controller that's available for it. I'm hoping they do eventually release a regular controller. So that way, for people who don't want to bother with the trackpad, that will obviously cost cheaper. And I think that's probably going to be the way to go, because $100 for a controller is ridiculous. I don't care. That is just insane. And I thought Nintendo was insane for charging $70 for those little piece of shit Joy-Cons. But clearly Steam was just like, hold my beer. I'm sure it
So
feels good to
problems.
hold stuff like that, but it's just, I don't know, it just looks awkward.
It
I don't-
does.
Pretty sure it is, honestly.
The trackpad is what's really been throwing me off. And listen, if someone wants to buy a Steam machine, pretty sure you can just hook up your Xbox controller, use your Xbox controller on it. You know, instead of wasting $100 on a crappy looking controller that may or may not work. Who knows? You know, we all know how controllers work in the industry. You buy a controller, you get a stick drift or a button breaks. Next thing you know, you got to buy another one. So at $100, it's insane.
I do wonder though if maybe they will release a version without the controller, and that'll be for people who already have like an Xbox controller to use. I feel like that's kind of a way to circumvent the price and make it cheaper for people who want that version, in addition to like the memory stuff. Because I feel like that's like at this point, if you're gaming on PC, you gotta have at least one controller. I mean, I know a lot of people still prefer like mouse
Keyboard
and keyboard
stuff.
for stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like there are some games that even they say it in the game itself that play best with the controller.
Yeah.
And so I feel like there you have to at least have a controller, even if it's just like a cheapo controller. As long as you have a controller, then you should be okay. You don't have to use it, but it's for games that play better with a controller. And I think maybe Steam should accommodate for that, for people who don't necessarily need a controller. They can just get the Steam machine itself, and then, like you said, connect the Xbox controller or whatever controller they got.
Yeah. It's just, we'll see how it comes out. This was just leaked in a review. We'll see if maybe they'll tweak the price, once it's like officially releases, because this was just a leak. They can take all this negative PR, because it's getting a lot of negative PR about it. So they could probably take all of this and just maybe, hey, let's charge a little bit less, or let's change some things about it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think Valve has the ability to genuinely take customer feedback from like all this stuff and actually do something to fix that. Because I think they're more versatile than like PlayStation or Xbox, where they have like they can change stuff, but obviously they can't change like everything. Some things are just gonna have to be like conceded from the users. But Valve is different. They're a private company, so they can make changes that are necessary if they want this thing to be successful. So maybe they will take the feedback seriously and just do something different. Like I said, maybe bundle or not bundle it with a specific edition.
Look,
I'm sure they will. All right,
so you
let's
hope.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, always hope.
You're right.
That's all we got, right?
Let's move on to Amazon Luna. So some terrible news for Luna players. Amazon Luna's cloud gaming service is ending support for game purchases and subscriptions from third-party stores, and users will lose streaming access to purchased third-party games in June. So if you made any purchases on Amazon Luna, I don't know anybody who did, but if you
Yeah.
did, that's it. It is done. As of June, you will no longer be able to play those games. Now, Luna's users who previously purchased EA, Ubisoft, or GOG games will still be able to access them on those platforms. That's a good thing. If you bought like an EA game, you can just go to the EA Play app or the GOG app and play them there. But if you purchased it on Luna through their streaming services, it is done for as of June, which is kind of crazy. And this all stems from the 14,000 layoffs that happened last October at Amazon. It's just they kept shrinking their cloud gaming services, and this is all stemming from that.
Yeah, I feel like anybody could have seen this coming. I don't think Amazon really took gaming seriously. They had as much influence or interest in gaming as Google did, and look what happened with Stadia. So I think it was kind of inevitable that it was gonna fail and just go away. Um, and I I will say that at least Amazon tried a little bit more. Like they actually bought some studios, created some games, and it seemed like they were trying to like do something with it, but I don't think I think they saw what it took to actually make a platform viable for them, and they were just like, "Nah." It's like we don't care enough about this stuff to warrant that much investment. I think they saw like what happened with ABK and Microsoft, and they were just like, "Damn, that's what you got to do." And Microsoft is in third place, and that's the moves they making. Like, yeah, we got no chance. So I think they took that as a sign and was just like, Let's bow out now." Granted, the service is still running. I don't think it's gonna be running for long. It's probably gonna be running for maybe another year or so, and then we'll hear about them closing it down. Um, yeah, I just it sucks for the customers that they did have on it, because obviously if you can't buy games on the platform anymore, then you're calling it quits.
Yeah.
Um, I do wonder how they're gonna rectify that, because at least with Stadia, they offered like full refunds, didn't they?
Oh, I don't know.
I
I'm
could have
not aware of
sworn
that.
that they offered full refunds for any game purchases on the
Amazon doing
platform.
something consumer friendly?
I
Doubtful.
well, yeah. So maybe they'll just eat the costs and take all the negative um reception for it, because that's Amazon. They still got Amazon, you know. So,
That's
um,
the Amazon movement. Well, that'll make more sense, to be fair.
but yeah, this was it was inevitable, and maybe they'll does Amazon Luna have like a specific controller? Because I know
Mm,
Stadia, like they said you can still use the controller as like a regular controller if you have one.
I don't think so. I never heard of a Luna controller.
I never heard of it either, but we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see the death of Amazon Luna
Yeah, I do wonder
coming soon.
what's gonna happen, because I know their other games. Did they shut down already? I know we heard one of them was shutting down. I forget their names.
Could be anything, to be fair. Everything's shutting down at this point.
I mean, that is true.
Yeah, it's just bad look for Amazon, and that could be where they see a shift in getting out of gaming to focus on things that they're actually good at instead of just trying anything to make a quick buck. Because
Yeah.
I mean, even like if you go on reviews on Google, you see that like people were saying like Amazon Luna was laughably bad.
Well, I think the issue is it was the fact that it was just cloud streaming. And I think
Yeah.
Amazon and Google, they took that bet that cloud streaming was going to be the next frontier, and it just never took off. And I think that's why this is happening now.
I mean, with
It's a one
Amazon
or
Web
two.
Services, if they can't do cloud streaming, who can? You
Well,
know?
it's not even about that. It's more of just the company of Amazon itself, like the Amazon Web Services. I mean, everybody uses them. PlayStation, Xbox, even Nintendo
Yeah.
uses them and specific games use them too. So it's like they're still making money from that stuff. But I think just as the business of being a cloud streaming provider, it just wasn't lucrative enough for them. And I think that's why like Xbox seemingly backed off on it. Like they still support it, but I remember when people were talking about like that was going to be the next thing. Like everybody's going to be in cloud and we're all going to be streaming our games, including me. I always thought that was going to be the future, but now it's seeming like that's not going to be the future. And cloud streaming will just be niche unless there's like some revolution that happens like later on. Yeah, I think cloud streaming is just going to be something that's like on the side. Like it can still exist as like a temporary thing for people who just don't have access like to a hardware platform or whatever, but I don't think it's going to be like the only way to experience gaming for most people.
Yeah. All right, let's move to Nintendo. We got some Nintendo news, and this is not good for Nintendo news. We have Nintendo's crusade against Palworld just got a reality check from the United States government. Their summon and fight patent that was originally pushed through the patent trademark system has received a non-final rejection of the patent. The all 26 patent points in the patent has been rejected. All of them. So the whole entire patent has been rejected. They said it was a non they said it was a non-issue because it's been done before. So all 26 points rejected, and Nintendo is lawyers are feeling the hurt from this. And Palworld updated their games to bring back some features in the game that they originally took out because of the patent and because of this lawsuit. So we already seen the effects of these, although it's a non-final rejection, we're already seeing the effects of these features returning to games that Nintendo originally wanted to just completely cut off.
It ain't no goddamn sense anyway. Like what? This is as a logical speaking. It made no sense that you were like, we're going to patent summon and like monsters and stuff. I'm like, you know how many games use that? The fact that it went through the first time was no one doing research.
Yeah,
It always makes me smile when Nintendo loses.
Would you stop trying to affect our bottom line?
But it's true, man. Like Nintendo, they're always the ones to push forward with these frivolous lawsuits. And now they're actually paying the price for it. So good. They need to learn their lesson. Stop doing dumb shit like this.
Bro, this brother's trying to stop my paycheck. I'm gonna hurt this man.
Now they're not gonna stop. They're gonna still do patents and stuff, and they'll just keep taking the hits on the chin if they get rejected, because that's what they do. You know, they should be focusing on creating better games, but you know, that's neither here nor there.
But it is weird that like they thought that this was gonna fly. Like, why did they think that it wasn't? Even at the time when it happened, we were talking about how it's not specific enough. Like, it's too generic for it to be viable to even own. Like, how can you own something like that? Something as generic as throwing something and then a monster or creature coming out of it.
It wasn't
Like,
even like throwing something. It was like they wanted to trademark the whole idea of summoning in general. And
so
I'm like,
summoning, yeah, not even, yeah, just the fact
not
that
even
summoning.
throwing. Like if you want to do like throwing balls and stuff like that, throwing balls that summon monsters, that's technically you have to be very specific about that. But they were going after the whole summoning mechanic in general, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that applies to way too many games. Like, what do you define as summoning? That's the problem. It's like any game can have a mechanic where you can summon a monster from something. Like freaking Yu-Gi-Oh! Are they gonna come after Yu-Gi-Oh? Like, I doubt it. But so
it was Yu-Gi-Oh that we thought of. It was also It was Yu-Gi-Oh and Final Fantasy. That was
Yeah.
like you really are
Yes,
like
yes.
going after something. I don't know what you're aiming at though.
It was aimed at Pal World, but I think they were
Yeah.
trying to be vague enough where Pal World couldn't just change it, because they also use like balls or something like that. So they were trying to be like, no, you can't do anything. You can't summon creatures. But they neglected to think like, oh, there's other games that do that. How are we
Mhm.
gonna get this to pass? So yeah, it just wasn't gonna work.
Yeah, it had no. It never had any legal standing ground to begin with, and it was very obvious they were just trying to get something out of somebody.
They thought they
Simple as
could
that.
they thought they could let it slip. That's what it was.
They
And
probably
let it
did.
slip by. And then, thankfully, the US government actually did something in favor for the people here. So that was good on them.
Better
Now we
stop.
get
Don't give them ideas.
Well, yeah.
They're gonna be like,
Speaking
oh,
of,
they
he was
owe us
about
nothing.
to.
They owe us something.
Yeah. Well, they got some more Nintendo news. This time, lawsuits from gamers against Nintendo. So, two gamers have filed a class action lawsuit against Nintendo, alleging that the company will be unjustly enriching itself with any refund it secures from the US government over the widespread tariffs last year that, among other things, hiked the price of Nintendo's hardware and accessories. So, the tariffs that was presented to the whole world by this administration caused accessories and hardware to raise their prices. Now Nintendo is suing the US government to get refunds because it was deemed unconstitutional for this administration to put those tariffs on the company. Now gamers are saying, "Hey, hold up. We need those refunds, not you, Nintendo, because all you did was raise prices and kind of double dip. Now you want to maybe double dip some more and get some more money back from the government, but the gamers here would just have to suffer and just continue paying more and more. So I'm on the side of these gamers. We need to sue Nintendo and get some of that money back."
Yeah, it is funny how this all came about because it was Nintendo that was the one who started this, and they were suing the U.S. government
Yep.
because of the tariffs, and now people are suing Nintendo over it, so that way they can get that money instead because it's not just them who had to pay those prices. They passed it on to us.
I need it. What you mean? I need that money. Stop playing with me.
Yeah, no, it's just ridiculous how it all happened, and honestly, I'm also in the same boat with you. I hope that this actually goes through and goes forward because, I mean, granted, I didn't buy anything from Nintendo, but if I can get something from it, then why not?
Oh, I did. And you know what? I want some money. I need some money back.
I probably did. I don't know. I
Oh,
buy
you
dumb
yet?
things on life.
Yeah, no, I mean, I haven't bought a Switch 2 yet, but if I do,
I'm gonna need some of that money back.
or
That's
at
funny.
least they'll uh give like players like currency, whatever the Nintendo points, whatever they call it.
I don't know.
So that way they could just spend it again on Nintendo. 'Cause I feel like that's gonna be how it plays out. It's not gonna be like, oh, they're gonna cut us a check.
Oh, they would never.
No, that's way too beneficial. They want you to put that money back into their pockets.
Don't you ever think they do something like that? You know better. I know better. Stop playing.
All right, let's move on from Nintendo because we're gonna get stuck on them. So the the PS5 has just recently put a big update out for digital games, and now people will have a 30-day online check-in for DRM. So for all digital titles, you have to have a connected internet connection and every 30 days, or you risk losing the license for the games that you purchased digitally. And if you've recently turned on your PlayStation, you've had to agree to their terms of service, and everything's in there. Also, that agree to the terms of service includes not just the DRMs for the digital games, but also it includes a clause where if you agree, you cannot be a part of any class action lawsuits against Sony any longer. So Sony's kind of messing up here, man. They're taking a lot of L's recently, and it's not looking good for them.
Yeah, no, I don't know what is going on with this stuff. Supposedly people are saying, I don't know if it's been like verified or anything like that. Supposedly this is a bug that is tied to PlayStation Plus titles because those have DRM because you don't own them. And I think that's where the bug is happening. At least that's what people are saying. Only time will tell to see if this is actually just a bug or if this is just a new thing. But if it is true, good Lord, Sony, like what? How did you just like turn a 180 in the past, what, like decade? Because like this is something that Xbox tried to do, and everybody was giving them shit for it. And that's partially why the Xbox One launch was so terrible. Because of this online DRM 24-hour check-in, whatever they had. Yeah, this is exactly what they were trying to do. And because we gave them shit for it, they turned it off. They went a different direction. And thankfully they did, because that was so stupid. But now here is PlayStation doing the exact thing that they criticized Xbox for, and it's just flying under the radar. Nobody's really talking about it. Mostly it's probably because it could be a bug, but I feel like it should still be noted that this is happening. Whether it's a bug or not, this is
still
happening.
wild. Yeah, it's still wild.
And it needs to have more coverage. So if it is a mistake, Sony can fix it. But because nobody's really talking about it, everybody's so focused on Xbox right now. Naturally, because Xbox runs the gaming news cycle. Let's be honest. Because 9 stories out of 10 have to do with Xbox, and that's what people love talking about. So whenever Sony does something or whatever, it lasts maybe a day, and then everybody just moves on. And I feel like this is gonna happen too. Everybody saw this. The people were trying to downplay it and whatever. But whether it's a bug or not, this is an issue, and it needs to be fixed because this is not good. This is just not good at all.
Even if it was just a bug, let's say it's only for their PlayStation, premium or PlayStation Plus, games that are in that service. What about the no class action lawsuit stuff inside the terms of service?
That one right there is completely illegal. That's
they
terrible.
slipped that in. They thought they were slick.
But they did, and the only way, so you have to agree if you want to continue playing your PlayStation, right? So you agree to the terms, and in the terms you have to read it, because if you want to opt out of that one particular clause in the terms of agreement, you have to write a letter and send it to them within 30 days of you agreeing to that terms of service. So they're making it crazy. They're making it extremely difficult. But there are very people online, of course, Reddit, TikTok, all over, guiding people on how to get out of that particular clause. Because listen, let's be honest. Sony gets hacked and your information gets leaked all the time, and they always have some sort of lawsuit against them where you can be a part of, unfortunately. And to agree to that and then not have to be a part of that just so they don't have to pay you more money, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I really hate that it's not getting the coverage it should.
Yeah. It's not. What is getting coverage though is the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate price update. So this past week alone, a lot of news coming out of Xbox, I would believe would be positive news. So as of starting, I think it was the 21st, and is now by the time this is the 27th. So this past week, Game Pass Ultimate are dropping the price from $29.99 to $22.99 a month, and PC Game Pass is also dropping from $16.49 to $13.99 a month. And beginning this year, no future Call of Duty titles will be joining Game Pass Ultimate day one. They will be launching instead a year later, and but you still get to keep your Fortnite crew and the Ubisoft Classic and the Ultimate at $22.99. So you can see here the new CEO of Xbox. She came in wanting to ask questions about why they're doing things the way they are and wanting to change things, and she is taking big swings, making big changes within the Microsoft gaming, the whole station, everything, just changing everything. And we're seeing that firsthand with a price reduction in 2026.
Yeah, that's the thing that a lot of people are kind of like glossing over. They, it's you'd be hard pressed to find any company that will willingly lower prices of anything in 2026. Like we see everything going up, Netflix, gas prices, like everything is going up, and it's almost impossible to comprehend that something can go down. And I think that this is it's overall it's a good thing. And I think a lot of people are they're trying to spin it and like, oh, you're getting less now for a little bit more because it used to be $20 and now it's $23. And it's like, yeah, but they did add stuff. It's not like this is just a complete reduction of to what it once was, but then now it's only $3 more. No, they did add Fortnite Crew and they did add Ubisoft Classics. Whether you like that addition or not is subjective because some people might find it valuable, some people might not. But that doesn't mean that it's invalidated. It is value. It's just not what a person might value individually. Maybe they did value Call of Duty in there more. Who knows? Some people don't even care about Call of Duty being in Game Pass. They probably didn't even bother playing it. But the fact is that they are doing something that people have been asking for, which is lower the price of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. And I don't think they're done. I think this is just the first easy way to do it. They saw what was going on with Call of Duty. They saw that it was eating into their bottom line. And they took a chance on Call of Duty being in Game Pass, and it didn't pay out. That's how it goes. I remember when they first acquired ABK, everybody was talking about, is Call of Duty going to go in Game Pass? There was people saying that it might not. There was discussions that it might be the only exclusion. But they decided to do it, and it didn't work out. So now they took it out, and now it's gonna be back to the way it was. And I'm sure they're gonna do the regular discounts. They always do. Maybe Game Pass players will still get access to like the betas and maybe get like a early access or whatever. Um, they'll probably still do incentives for Game Pass Ultimate players or subscribers. But yeah, I think this is a good move for Xbox to do, and I think that going forward, that this is gonna be like the new mantra of Asha, that she's gonna take a look at everything that Xbox is doing and seeing how she can improve it, because she is she's a new set of eyes essentially, and she has outside experience where Phil may not have. He's been at Xbox for like what, 25 years or something like that. So like obviously he's not going to see things the same way, or he's not going to see things that somebody else might from the outside because he's too invested inside of it. And also there's also the fact that like he had to answer to Satya Nadella. Like that's always the case when it comes to these negative things regarding Xbox. So it's like he had to play the balancing act, and I'm sure it wasn't an easy job. So now that Asha's there, she's a new face that doesn't have to answer for the previous management's mistakes. So every mistake that people say Phil Spencer made, where he always flip-flopping, it's just 4 games, all that stuff. She doesn't have to answer for that, because all she can say is that yeah, that was him, that's not me. And then that's it. That's all she has to say. So everything from now going forward it has to be viewed with that mindset that like things can't be judged the same way. And whether that's by design or whether it's genuine, it doesn't really matter because in the end, we're still benefiting from it. And that's something that I've noticed it too, that a lot of people are saying like, oh, they're just doing this because Xbox's brand has been damaged so much. It's like, yeah, great. That's good. We want this. We want them to feel the hurt so that way they can say, okay, maybe we should start doing stuff good for the consumer. I always say, whether by hook or by crook, if it benefits me, I'm going to support it because I am a consumer and that's what I want. I want to pay less money for stuff. I don't know who in the right mind wants to pay more willingly for stuff. Maybe some dumbass rich people. I don't know. But in my
think
mind,
so.
I will always look for the better deal for me because that's how I view things. Maybe some people have different views, but I think that's the most important thing. So if she's doing it because she genuinely cares about Xbox or whatever, or if she's doing it just to make sure that Xbox reaches a certain margin for their revenue or whatever, I don't care because I'm still benefiting from it. And I think that's what people need to realize. It doesn't matter what the intent is behind these moves. It still benefits you, and that's what should be the focus. If it still benefits you, why are you trying to downplay it? But regardless, I think this move is signaling that they are trying to do something different with Game Pass in particular. I think that and this has been discussed before. I've said it online on Twitter that I think the ultimate end goal for Game Pass to be as attractive as possible is to make it an a la carte service where you get Game Pass, add like I guess Game Pass Core, and then you can add on different services or features that you want personally out of this subscription. So if you want a day one game, if you want day one games, you can add that on. If you want EA Play, you can add that on. If you want Fortnite Crew, Ubisoft Classics, if you want cloud streaming, all that can be added on to the base subscription. And that way it allows a consumer to kind of fine tune what they value out of this service. And I think that's ultimately the best thing. Maybe if they want just first party Xbox titles, they can do that. Maybe in the future, you can add on Call of Duty. And if you want Call of Duty in Game Pass, you can pay a fee for that. And then it'll scale based on what you put in. And that way people who are willing to pay more can pay more for more. Or if you want the base service, if you just use it for first party games, you can have that too. I feel like that's going to be the end goal for that for them. And I feel like that's the best way to go about it because that's the only way that it makes it more appealing for a variety of gamers because not every gamer has the same values. So I think that's a way to cater to more potential subscribers. Um I don't know how it would affect like the PC side of stuff. Although eventually it's all going to be in one because we already know that the next Xbox Helix is going to be both a console and a PC, so it's going to play both games. So you really don't need two Game Pass tiers for that. So maybe eventually it'll just be one like service and then you just pick what you want. Um but yeah, I think overall this is great news and I hope this is just the start of things. It seems like this is like a mantra that she's trying to push forward because obviously we got all the other stuff that she's done, excuse me, in the past like 60 days I think that she's been CEO. Like we've got the improvements to achievements, which is something that has been asked for a while. The dashboard has gotten a revamp, kind of, not really. It's more of just like little touches here and there with like the gradient and stuff like that, which I think is cool. And now they even said in her in the town hall meeting that they plan on bi-weekly Xbox updates going forward for the rest of the year. And that's actually really good. I like that. So it shows that there is a renewed emphasis on console, and I think that that's ultimately going to be what differentiates them or what differentiates her from like Phil and Sarah in the past. because now she's back to Xbox essentially. That's what the town hall was about, the return of Xbox. And
Yes.
so far, she's kind of living up to it. She's saying and doing. That's the most important thing.
Yeah,
She's
the
not only
actions. The
yes,
actions.
she's not just saying it, she's doing it. And that's what I want to see. More action. And the more action we see, the more believable that she can actually do something different.
Yeah. Now you mentioned the town hall, so just to go over a little bit about what she stated, it was basically like, oh, we've been doing this for the last 25 years, and they want to sort of win back the frustrated players who left Xbox or left Game Pass to come back, and they want to reinvigorate their mission and their plan. And she goes on to state that our best work happens when the full stack moves together. Microsoft Gaming describes our structure, but does not describe our ambition. So she says, so we're going back to where we started and changing our team's name because we are Xbox. So that's their Microsoft Gaming division is no longer. They are Xbox, and they always have been Xbox. And they're sort of put out a 10-point plan to achieve their goals. And I'll just go over real quick. It says, number 1 is earn every player. 2 is protect our art. Stay rebellious. Progress over perfection. Signal over ceremony. Core before more. Outwork the problem. Speed is learning. And makers over managers. And clarity is kindness. So they have a 10-point plan that they're going to push, and they're going to implement in Xbox. Now, everybody was talking about how Xbox was dead. It's every week it seemed for the last 3 or 4 years Xbox is dead. Xbox has always been around. It's just people just don't like Xbox, but they like their games because they sell well everywhere, right? So this is now reinvigorating the team to say, hey, listen, we're behind you. We want to protect your art. We want to continue doing the best work possible. We're Xbox, and we're going to continue making Xbox games and doing the best of the ability that they have. And I think, like you said, the actions that's coming out of Asha Sharma and these just 2 months, it's only been 2 months that she's been the CEO of Xbox. She's got this this view, and I guess even like Satya doesn't even mess with her apparently, because she's just doing what she needs to do to make Xbox better, and including making Game Pass cheaper, including bringing the message to all the people who work at Xbox that this is now Xbox. We are Xbox, not Microsoft Gaming. That separation of the two, the energy was stated at the town hall was reinvigorating to the team. And that is what the team, I think, needed to push and continue to go forward to make Xbox better.
Yeah, and that's one thing too that I've noticed, because we've had these instances in the past where morale is starting to pick up at Xbox, but then there's they step on the rake, as they say, and something happens where it ends up not being, or ends up getting overshadowed by something negative. This is the first time in a long time that Xbox has had nothing but positivity for like a good stretch of time, and I don't see it just in like the community. I see it from the social media team. They're the ones that have to um they have to convey this message to the public. And a lot of times they try to make it so that way it gets across as what they're supposed to, in terms of like the marketing and stuff like that, what they want them to say and all that stuff. But this is the first time where it seems like there's genuine excitement from the social media team, and they're actually happy and looking forward to the future of Xbox. I feel like I said it before, where when I noticed it when the Gears of War E-Day um showcase or direct was announced, that the social media team was just like, they were firing on all cylinders. They even cursed and that you never see that from a social media team. At least not from like a big corporation like Microsoft and Xbox, I guess. You would never see it from Nintendo or PlayStation ever. So the fact that like they were going full force with it on social media, and it just speaks to the morale that it's different this time. It feels real. It feels like it's not just something that a corporate suit is saying for people to eat up. It feels like they're trying to do something different for a change and actually mean it. And whether that's me being delusional or not, we'll see. But like I said, actions speak louder than words, and so far the action has been it's been good, and I like what they're actually doing. So hopefully we see more of that. I don't want to see any more rakes being stepped on. I just want just positivity. I want good news. At least up until the showcase, because there's always something that drops like right before that tries to like steal the thunder, and I hate that. So let's try to get to the showcase with nothing but good news, so that way we can be excited.
Yes, speaking of the showcase, that is going to be June 7th. And if I'm not mistaken, are we still planning to do live streaming yet?
Absolutely.
All right, perfect. So we'll be live streaming that day instead of doing a regular podcast show, and we'll be doing reactions to it. And you should join us because I know for sure it's going to be a great showing, and I look forward to it. And just the thought of Gears E Day after the showcase, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I haven't been this excited for a showcase since like, what was it, 2020, I think?
Yeah.
That was the last time where I was like, oh shit, I cannot wait to watch. So yeah, this is gonna be a good one, I think.
For sure. For sure. I mean, that is all the news we have to talk about this week for the show. We are done. We finished it off with all the Xbox stuff. I'm
Nice.
happy how it is playing out with the new CEO, and I can't wait for more.
Yeah, no, we had a lot to cover over the past few weeks, so I'm glad we were able to kind of like shove it all into one episode.
Yeah.
And there's still stuff we didn't talk about, but that's fine. So with that being said, thank you for watching Loading Up. We'll oh, sorry. If you're watching us, I was about to say we'll see you next week. I still got stuff to say.
Whatever.
If you look in the description, you can see our sponsors, W Energy and NordVPN. If you're watching on YouTube, you can like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening to us on a podcasting app, you can rate us and share us with all your friends, family, and all that good stuff. And yeah, I think that's it. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.
Ah.